Time has come.
It has indeed.
Been looking forward to this.
I know. Time to talk multi-gen.
Multi-gen, estate planning, wealth transfer. I'm excited about this. Estate planning is more than just getting your money ready for your heirs. It's even more so getting your heirs ready for your money.
Yeah. Traditionally people think about estate planning. What they tend to talk about is kind of tax efficient wealth transfer. But to me, multi-gen is about efficiently or effectively transferring not just wealth, but also who the entire family is.
Wealth is more than just money, right? So we have this tendency to look at wealth as a financial thing, but wealth is so much more. We're transferring wealth, not just transferring money, but transferring values, transferring experiences, transferring, education and other things that are valuable. Generally, people are more receptive to the other wealth that we want to share with them when they're benefiting from some of the financial wealth, that we're sharing with them as well.
Yeah.
When you receive sudden money, typically it's all gone in less than 3 years. So what we're talking about is you lived for decades, you worked for decades, you denied yourself certain things for decades in order to save up, right? Yeah. And then it's gone in a year or 2 or 3?
Yep.
I mean, is that what you were planning on?
Right. I read a report recently that said 98% of boomers are more than happy to talk about their financial situation with the next generation.
Okay.
And it found that somewhere above 90% of the next gen are more than happy to talk about their financial situation with their parents or with, boomers. But an unbelievably low number, something around 50%, were actually having conversations.
Yeah.
And so they began to work to say, okay, well, what's the issue here? Why aren't people having these conversations? And oftentimes it was because nobody knows how to start the conversation. It's actually a lot simpler than I think people would anticipate. It's simply saying, let's get this on the calendar. Let's get everyone at the table and allow me to help facilitate this conversation. Not only do we want to serve you, but we also want to be able to serve your kids. We want to serve your entire household. That way we can do what we can to help create alignment and help you cultivate heritage that can last across those multiple generations. But sometimes it just takes someone like you or me to step in and say, let's have this conversation. Let's bring everyone to the room and let's get into this.
What is it about Covenant Wealth Strategies and Dave Walker specifically that makes us qualified to have these conversations with our clients?
Yeah, I think about my life prior to Covenant and my time as a pastor for over 10 years. And I think about the different experiences that I had with people in my church, and some of the most formative tended to be some of the most difficult, particularly coming alongside of families during when a loved one passes or a funeral, something to that extent. And one of the things that I found was consistently in conversations with people in those moments was they tended to say everything was fine yesterday. Right? And for me, that's given me this kind of deep-seated conviction to help families and to help households take advantage of the opportunity that they have today to pass along meaning, not just money, but meaning to the next generation.
And that is part of intergenerational family wealth, is traditions, is heritage, is stories, is things that make your family and your family experience unique. And how many other people who don't have that wish they were part of your family.
Right.
I know in your family and in our families are large enough that we've brought in those people to our families.
Yeah.
And they have benefited from being part of our family and experiencing that multi-gen wealth, not just financial, but the love and the values and the legacy and everything else. That's special.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. Right? Isn't that the end game? We want as a firm to be able to come alongside of households and families, multi-generational families, to do what we can to help have that kind of impact. And I think it's hard at times for people to understand that these conversations that maybe start as financial planning can actually grow to be so much more than that. But we know that that's where these conversations can go. And that's why we're in them. We want to have these kinds of conversations so that we can help all of the good and flourishing that's occurring right now in your family have a chance to cascade across the generations. And so that's why I think, for myself, for you, for our whole team, we're so excited to be in these kinds of conversations with families.